So from like ways you can like research on our politics, like from social media, for example, how can we be like a wise voter, knowing that several types of articles, websites, and news sources in social media can be biased and maybe hoaxes sometimes. And so, how can we differentiate between the facts and rumors that are in the social media? And because there are new threats, and not threats, but like new technologies like that can change the way we perceive social media. Like for example, AI, and then you have like deepfake, deepfake stuff like that. So how can we differentiate facts and rumors?
Okay. I want to ask you a question first. When you scroll through your page, do you have Twitter?
No.
What kind of
Instagram.
Instagram? Okay, you scroll through your Instagram. What is the indicator that you will like the post, or you will know that the post is important for you?
Well, first of all, like I think it's like about the account also. Like I think if it's a well-known account and like because I don't really trust like the tick or something like that, because then you can like buy it or something. So I think it's like about the relatability of the post, and also if the account is well known and trustable, and maybe if there's a lot of active discussions, and like maybe your family members like it, your maybe adults that you know like it shows that perhaps it's a trustable source, and it's a relatable content that I can like without, for example, fear of reading misinformation or misleading information, and rumors or hoaxes, for example.
This is very, very helpful, actually, what you just mentioned. Is that I agree with that. Those kind of criteria to filter the information that you have. But we are currently right now tackling the media's homeless media. I'm not saying that the homeless is not incredible, but there are a lot of medias out there. I mean, like you make an account and you suddenly become I'm the media, right? And that's what we are currently tackling, because many medias who claim themselves as media is actually copying the articles from the another source, but they do not put the source on their media. So it is very important to know where is the source from. Like if you cannot find the source, whether it will be true events, it will be valid events or not, but as long as you cannot find the source, it's very hard to believe in that. So when you scroll through the pages, maybe young generation love good visuals, good layouts and everything, that's true, but the sources, where does it come from? And also how they deliver, how would they position themselves as a journalism, as a journalistic product. For example, if they're giving out the opinions, meaning opinions, biased opinions, meaning they are not less likely to be a credible journalist products. Because as a journalist, you cannot just put your own opinions without stating the facts. So there's a facts, and might be some, like another that I think we are allowed to give out our thoughts on the products, but we cannot giving out our own opinion baseless or without the facts. For example, maybe you can put some context into it, not your own opinion, but context into it. Like when you reporting about the candidates. Oh, the candidates right now is currently blah 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 blah, giving out the context so the audience will know. So if you found a media who give out the good context, in search, credible searches, and also very skeptical with everything that you read. Not just from one sources, but from multiple sources. Not from one media, but multiple media. And yeah, and it's coming back on your own knowledgeable. As long as we can close the gap of different knowledge with different generations, like what I've said, we have this big gap of knowledge. It is very important to close the gap. It is very important to strengthen the community. It is very important to raise the awareness of being skeptical and very critical about what we have consumed in everyday life.
And for the last question, do you have any recommendations for the younger generations on the types of websites, articles, or news resources that we can trust and consult to in situations like the presidential elections and other political events that can be important to use when we need it?
Read Kumparan. Well, yeah, I try my best wherever, and as just like any journalism out there as well, we try our best to deliver the good and credible way of delivering news for everyone. But for young generations, I know you guys are very skeptical, you guys are very critical in choosing your own media platforms. So being very trust your guts is very important as well. I know that guts is not something that you can just believe in, but there's this sense of when you being skeptical of something, there is this sense that will move you to know whether this issue is hoax or not. It's unexplainable. But if you read many news from many different platforms, you will get that sense whether this is credible or not, whether this is very vibe or not. So my take on this is I highly recommend you and ask everyone to not being bored on reading, on consuming the news every day, whatever you like. Maybe 3 or 4 articles a day, giving you perspective, giving you polish your sense of skeptical and critical way of consuming the news. Or it is very important as well to have your own principle. You have a very solid principle, idealism, what you believe in, and it starts from education, from what you read. Political education is very important, guys. It's very, I know sounds very boring, political education, what kind of that? But there are many platforms, whether it's a podcast just like this, whether it's from discussions group. In Jakarta, there are a lot of group of people who is keen to discuss about political, from the book, from the historical approach that we have discussed before. When you have strong and solid principle, the strong values that you believe in, it will lead you to where you need. It will lead you to where it is right path. Trust me. Yes.
Okay. So thank you very much.
Thank you very
Retyan.
much.
for this opportunity. And I guess that wraps up our podcast for today. It was a very interesting talk on politics and younger generations. So I'd like to say thank you very much again. And thank you for watching, everyone. And see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.